feel too comfortable. Don't feel too secure. In fact, the first chance you have to run away from Carrington, you better sprint. Hey everyone, I'm your host Mayoko, and today I am back with another review / opinion related video on Love Island USA season 2 episode 29. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so in this episode, Bennett pulls Carrington to the side and he asks if he can talk to Laken because he sees like a connection between them, and he doesn't really know who to pick for the recoupling. Since the recoupling did happen in this episode, he's not sure if he should pick Kirsten or Laken or Julia. I don't know why he was confused with what's her name, Kirsten, because Kirsten said she's not interested, and Kirsten friend-zoned him and she wasn't playing. She genuinely does not care for Bennett, but for some weird reason he wants her. She couldn't care less. So his only two options were truly and honestly Laken or Julia. So he's talking to Carrington and he's asking him if he can go and talk to Laken, and Carrington is like, no problem, you can do what you gotta do. You're in the villa to find love, so go ahead. So Bennett does go and talk to Laken, and she's telling him how, oh, she actually does see a connection between them and she wouldn't mind pursuing that relationship. Then Sally gets a text saying they have a secret mission challenge, and essentially they had to do secret stuff around the villa pertaining to the boys without the boys knowing what they were up to. So Laurel had to ask Johnny to help her blow up a floaty for the pool. So Johnny does that. Then Moira had to ask Caleb to feed her grapes, and Caleb is so rude. Like, homeboy literally just fed her 3 grapes with the stem still on it. He did not care one bit about feeding her grapes the right way. And then Sally had to force all the guys to hop in the pool all at once. Justine had to kiss all the guys in the villa. She had to go around kissing all the guys in the villa. Julia had to spill water on one of the boys. And then Laken had to go cuddle up with one of the boys, and obviously she chooses Carrington. During this episode, my poor sis Laurel was not having it. She was sad the whole time. She was crying. She just felt so emotional because of what Carrington did to her. And if you guys watched my previous video, I talk about how Carrington was basically catching feelings for Laken. So Laurel was not having it. She was super sad, but they do have a conversation. And when they go and have a conversation, her and Carrington, she's telling him how what he did wasn't right, and she felt really blindsided and hurt. But why was Carrington telling her that the way she was acting turned him off? In my head, I'm thinking like, Carrington, you hurt her. What do you mean the way she's acting is turning you off? Like, Carrington has so many things going on in his head. Like, homeboy is just crazy, to be honest. He's not okay. He really isn't okay. And as Laurel is going through her feelings in the villa, Kirsten is there for her, consoling her, telling her she's going to be okay, comforting her. And they've really just become BFFs in that house, like literally inseparable. If you see Kirsten, you see Laurel. If you see Laurel, you see Kirsten. And that's pretty cute because they both got screwed over by the same guy. So I feel like that's their connection. That's their bond. That's what they bond over. Then Bennett has a conversation with Julia, and he's telling her the same thing he told Laken, how he's feeling Julia as well. And Julia's like, yeah, I'm only feeling you in this villa, and if I were to pursue anyone else, it would be me faking it. And I feel bad for Julia because we don't even see Julia like that. She's definitely someone who didn't have screen time, and conclusion of that, she left the villa. Her and Kirsten left the villa, but I'll get to the recoupling in a few seconds or in a few minutes. But Julia is gone because nobody picked her. Bennett goes and has a conversation with Kirsten, and this conversation made me respect Kirsten 100%. Like, she's such a boss. So the guys are picking the girls in recoupling. Kirsten, knowing what's at stake and knowing she might go home if Bennett doesn't pick her, she didn't even care. She told Bennett, like, look, this is the situation at hand. I see you as a friend. I don't feel like there's a connection. So it is what it is. And I'm not going to lie and try to make you seem or feel like there's something going on. There really isn't. You're a great guy, and this is a very genuine friendship and a strong friendship. So I respect her for that, because somebody would want to lie to stay in the villa, but Kirsten wasn't having it. She's like, listen, it is what it is. I don't like you. I don't like you like that. I don't have feelings for you, so do what you got to do, follow your heart, but I just want to let you know there's no connection between us. And I respect her 1,000% for that, because a lot of people in that villa are lying just to be in the villa. So you gotta love it. Got to love the honesty. It's the honesty for me, okay? It's the honesty for me. So the episode ends with the recoupling. Calvin picks Moira, which was to be expected. Their bond apparently is getting really strong in the villa. I don't trust it. I see it, but I don't really care for it. I don't think a lot of people do. It's just they're doing what they can to stay in the villa. So this was the last recoupling, so they're definitely going to the finale. So it's Moira and Calvin, then Sally and Johnny, of course. A lot of people are saying they're starting to not like Sally because they feel like she has a smart mouth. I do see the smart mouth comments she makes, but I don't really care. Honestly, I don't even care about her smart mouth. The reason why I'm starting not to like Sally is because of Johnny. Johnny is making me not like her for some weird reason. I know it sounds really absurd, but when you don't like someone and you see the other person with the person you don't like, it makes you not like the person. Do y'all get the math? Like, I'm starting not to like Sally, and it's for the wrong reason. So I'm trying my best to still like her. And then obviously Caleb picks Justine. He had the most beautiful speech calling her Justine the queen. Like, love to see it. Okay, we love to see it. And we definitely see a lot more J-Lib screen time. The producers are listening. They're giving us what the people want. Okay, they're giving us what we, the viewers, want. And we see them talking and communicating more and just, you know, showing their emotions and showing their feelings to each other. And we love it. We honestly love it. People were saying that Justine and Caleb are gonna say they love each other the next episode. I don't know how accurate that information is, but on the preview it did look like Caleb was gonna drop the L-bomb. So let's see what happens. And today we had the opportunity to vote for who gets the hideaway. Best believe I voted for Justine and Caleb. Who else? Who else deserves the hideaway? Who else deserves the hideaway? No one, okay? No one. So I most definitely voted for them. I don't know if you guys heard about the rumors about them already getting the hideaway and then it wasn't aired or something. So I don't know how accurate that information is. I never addressed it because I just thought it was just comments, people, you know, speculating rumors. So I never really cared to comment on it. So the fact that we get to choose who gets to go to the hideaway again, or we get to pick who's going, and we pick Caleb and Justine. I don't know if they had it before. I don't know if they've had the hideaway, but we don't care. Next episode, they better get the hideaway because I know a lot of people who voted for them. And if they don't get the hideaway, let's move on. This is where things went crazy, okay? So now it's time for Carrington to pick who he wants to couple up with. And as you guys know, Carrington has a very big interest in Laken. And Laurel has been crying for the past only God knows how many hours, how many days, because Carrington broke her heart. So we're all thinking, who is this guy gonna pick? Because he has two options, either Laken or either Laurel. And he picks Laurel. And I wasn't really surprised, but I was kind of surprised because Carrington is all over the place. Like, honestly, with him, you have to expect the unexpected because homeboy just, I don't even think he knew who he was going to pick until he stood there and started talking. I genuinely don't think he knew he was going to pick Laurel. But he gives this speech about how the person's nice, she's been good, loyal, blah, blah, blah. He picks Laurel. And y'all, Laken's face, she was not having it. She was looking like homegirl was ready to fight. You could tell. Like, she couldn't care less about who or what was going on at that moment. She was just pissed that Carrington picked Carrington picked Laurel after all of that whole chaos. He picks Laurel. So Laurel is there and she's smiling and she goes to go hug him. And I'm like, sis, you better be careful because he done put you through so much. Don't feel too comfortable. Don't feel too secure. In fact, the first chance you have to run away from Carrington, you better sprint. Okay, sis? Sprint. Because Carrington is a very dangerous human being. And then Bennett picks Laken. And I was actually kind of surprised because I thought he was going to pick Julia. But at first I was like, oh, nice, he picked Laken. But then I realized, I'm like, if Laken is still in that house, best believe Laurel is not secure. Laurel is about to go through round 2 of feeling crazy and feeling so emotional because best believe Lakin is going to chase Carrington, and probably Carrington's going to chase her too because homeboy is not loyal. We already know that. So Laurel is out there smiling, oh, he picked me, but little does she know, Carrington is definitely going to move on if she's not careful. Even if she's careful, like, she could be taking all the precautions needed and Carrington will still leave her ass. So let's pray for Laurel, you guys. Let's pray for her tonight because sis is about to be in for a rude awakening, okay? A very rude awakening. And that's it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, thank you so much for coming back. I love you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow when I talk about episode 30. Bye, guys. No do, Maya, no, girl, no, you know.